Hi Pisces, this is going to be a general reading for your sign between the week of the 5th to the 11th of January. Take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. Also, my readings are timeless, so if you stumble across one of my readings and it's not in the time frame stated, it means it's for your next 7 days starting from tomorrow. So let's begin. I'm seeing a doorway, and I don't know why, but I saw like a pit of snakes, and they're all blue, like light blue snakes. I saw a banjo. I don't know why I saw a banjo. A banjo. And the snakes are going up this banjo. These light blue snakes. Don't know if they're light blue, teal. I think it's teal. Is it teal? I don't know. It's like blue. It's like pastel-y. It's a bit. It's not super light blue, but it's a bit darker. I guess that doesn't help. But it's like lightish blue, not sky blue. It's a different kind of blue. It's a bit darker. You're being reborn through music. Like I'm seeing it going up. You might be having some kind of Kundalini awakening. Because it's like the color of the throat chakra is what the snakes are, basically. And the throat chakra is connected to spirituality and it's connected to psychic gifts. And I'm seeing a pit of these snakes, and you're like emerging from within as a snake. Like you're being reborn as a snake. I'm hearing sea snake. You look like a sea snake. And this is represented, so snakes are very divine. So some of you might be like, oh no, I'm not a snake. But no, snakes are very divine. They're connected to healing, they're connected to higher vibrations. And you being reborn as this snake is like you shedding the old life, the old skin that you were living in, you know, feeling like a skinwalker almost, but you're not. I mean, in a way, we all are, until we figure out what we need to be. We do all shed a lot of skin in trying to figure out who we actually are, and whether we're living in a way that we've been programmed to live, or whether we're living in a way we've been told to live this way, or whether we're living in a way where someone has influenced us to live this way. And so we figure out in figuring out who we actually are, we do go through stages of like almost like shedding our skins, and the skins is representative of living a life in a certain way, living with a certain identity, very specifically down to the niche, you know. You're having a Kundalini awakening here, Pisces, whoever I'm speaking to. You really resonate with the ideas of caves. You like caves and grottos and stuff like this. Like you like stuff like that, like mines perhaps. Like you're somebody that's very interested with how these things work, like how a mine shaft works and how they even dig something like this up. Or like you've been in a cave and you feel like the space is very cool. Like whoever you are, this is a very specific reading by the looks of it. So you're having a Kundalini awakening where you're going up, and the banjo here is representative of it's through music. You just listening to music is going to cause your Kundalini awakening. And the fact that it's a banjo is like maybe some sort of banjo. You're hearing some kind of banjo or some sort of strings instrument where it's gonna cause a Kundalini awakening. It's gonna be the trigger, but it's not the trigger in itself. The trigger is you, but you're just ready for it. You're ready for an upgrade in this kind of way, where that you're more connected to your spirituality. I feel like it's necessary for you to be more connected to your spirituality so you can continue to be adventurous but have direction with your adventure. So you're not just adventuring blindly into the unknown, but you have a purpose, you have a direction of going into the unknown, of going into an adventure, like you have a meaning behind your adventure. Not to say that it's been meaningless, but it's like you've been trying to find yourself this whole time, is what I'm seeing, and you've been trying to unlock yourself. You've been trying to figure out what the keys are. I'm seeing you there with like a bunch of keys on the ring and trying to figure out which is the key for you to unlock yourself. And these keys are all representative of lifestyle choices, life choices, decisions just in general about your well-being, like a lot of stuff. I'm getting that a lot of you have traveled overseas to try a new life. That didn't work out for you, so you traveled back or traveled to somewhere else. But you didn't stay in that location where you thought your new life would begin. I'm seeing this reading is connected to the one that I did, I don't know when, but the one that I said that you're going to be moving country. So whoever you are, like you've moved country and then you thought things would work out there, but it was part of your journey, and you understand that it's part of your adventure, which is your life basically. You're finally obtaining this freedom of not being chained to the old. It's like by you shedding the skin, it's like new options are available for you, new choices are available for you on how you want this new phase to go, this new chapter to go. You make all the decisions here as you evolve, but you're not making it from the same points that you've done before. This is from a place of enlightenment about who you are and what you desire from life to a very intimate level. And this is within yourself, of like you gaining this awakening, this Kundalini awakening. You're going to understand who you are and what you need to do moving forwards, specifically. So you and yourself, you're the same color as these snakes. You're turning into this kind of light blue snake. It's like, that's it, it's an electric blue. Bloody hell. It's quite interesting because electricity is ether. So it's like you're turning into this ethereal snake, which is a sea snake. It's like you're like a electric sea snake, basically, or electric blue sea snake, but you have electricity. You're able to tap into the ether, tap into and call the ether to you. And I see you using it, this ability you're gaining, to help propel and move you forwards through life, so that you can continue exploring the ways that you need to. It's like you're on some kind of divine mission here. Your purpose is quite divine in what you're meant to be doing, and not a lot of people are meant to know about you. Like you're meant to do something really significant, but only people that are in your niche or in your thing are meant to know about you. You're meant to be doing something very niche. And this is not the Pisces that I was speaking to like a few weeks ago in regards to being a musician or whatever, doing something in music. This is a different Pisces. Like my messages come out for whoever needs to hear them, and also my readings are timeless, so it's for people that need to hear it, that are doing something very important with themselves, or at a point where they need guidance, really, at a point where they really need guidance. But my messages are for the people that really need to hear it, and not people that are vibrating at a low level, people that are vibrating at a high level. So sometimes I read for the same people, sometimes I read for a different group. But it's who needs to hear it. But you will be resonating with some of these messages, even if you are the Magician Pisces, because obviously the same, things are affecting you also to a degree. Again, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I'm getting one more message here for the musicians, the Magician Pisces that I was reading for. That was, that you're creating a new genre. So I've got two different groups of Pisces is what I'm getting. Maybe there's more that are vibrating higher, but I'm only picking up on two. And the second one I'm picking up on is the Magician Pisces, that you're creating a new genre. I'm getting a message here that you need to keep going and doing what you're doing. Like, you feel a bit crazy doing what you're doing. Like, you're at a point of like really not focusing on what you're doing. You're focusing on how other people are perceiving you. You're focusing on how other people, what other people are doing more than what you are doing. Your advice is to shift your attention to more what you're doing than what other people are doing, because it's slowing you down a lot. You don't realize it, but you need to keep moving forwards. Like, you feel very lethargic. Like, you need to balance yourself. You need to get some physical exercise, move your body around, get some fresh air in particular, and so that you can be balanced in how you're creating what you're creating. So I'm going to jump into the reading now, because I feel like there's a lot of different groups of Pisces out there that are doing their own things. It's like you've all gone off on different adventures, and you've gone really far off on these adventures on, like, this is me. It's like very niche area. Like, I'm just seeing different Pisces that are vibrating quite high, and you're all in your own niche. It's quite interesting, actually. But let's jump in and see what else is going on for you here this week. And the Pit of Snakes, it looks like something out of like it's in a temple, like some sort of Sumerian temple or Assyrian temple is what it looks like. Or maybe even Persian. There could be Zoroastrian, I don't know. Maybe you have some connection or link back to either one of those places. Whoever I'm speaking to, in regards to the first part of the message, where it was, you're going through a Kundalini awakening, and it's happening through music, by you listening to music. Again, if you're not resonating with the idea of you find tunnels and mines and stuff, things like that fascinating, it's probably not for you. So don't try like force yourself and listen to banjo music for a whole week. Be like, where's my Kundalini awakening? Don't do that to yourself. Interesting. I'm hearing that both groups are merging into one this week somehow or another. Both of your groups are merging into one. You've been on very different paths to get to this point, but the paths are now converging. The universe is trying to eliminate, or not trying to, the universe is eliminating what isn't meant to move forwards in this new age. What isn't meant to be there. The universe is playing an active role here in shaping the way things are going to turn out moving forwards. And it always has been. It's just that we don't know about it. It's not obvious unless you're really connected and you're noticing. So you probably have been noticing. That's why I'm bringing it up. So your current energy, or should I say your current situation, is you've come to a place of you've made a lot of discoveries about yourself, about who you are, your identity, that's allowed you to make decisions in regards to your future, and you've been able to plan for your future from a place of confidence. And this is particularly decisions about finances and financial security, financial need, financial control. Like, you want to be on top of finances, you don't want finances to be on top of you, and you don't want to be a victim of what you're going through. So you've been this making discoveries about yourself, and this is from a spiritual standpoint. The Two of Wands is the wand maker, and he goes off on his journey and trying to figure out how to create wands and imbue them with magic. And the wand here is basically your connection to spirituality in general. So like you've begun this journey in really trying to connect more deeply to yourself than you ever have connected to yourself, and be more at a point where you can make decisions from a surety, knowing that you're making the best decisions for yourself. And so these decisions again are in regards to finances. Like, you want this sort of financial security, you want financial control over your life. Like, you want to be in a position where things are in alignment with you, things are working out for you, rather than you having to do things that make you feel uncomfortable, do things that make you feel unhappy. And you've been going through a process of learning, and you're going through this process of learning your own spiritual foundation here. The Hierophant represents a teacher. So you've been learning and getting online, you've been learning from teachers and people. Like, you've been feeling very confused, like, because there's so much information out there. You're just trying to I've seen you trying to filter through information and trying to figure out what's right and what's wrong, and what makes sense and what doesn't make. Like, you're trying to make sense of all of what you're going through. And you're trying to make sense of, like, what's real in terms of spirituality and what's fake. And so you've come to a point where, like, you've been learning from people online. Maybe there's a specific person that you look to online to learn from, and you've been learning a lot, and you've been learning the basics of spirituality. And this is what the Hierophant represents. It's somebody that is a very learned person in terms of spirituality, that understands a lot. He has the power to bless people because he understands how to manifest blessings, how to manifest those blessings into people's lives. He understands how to bless people in that kind of way. And so here in the Hierophant, he sees the Fool, and he says, come here and I'll teach you everything that you need to know. And so you've been on this process of, like, learning spirituality in general, your connection, deepening your understanding of yourself, deepening your understanding and connection to your subconscious, as well as your shadow self. And so stepping into the week before the week begins, you're in this process of still like almost becoming an adept, very adept at your own understanding about life in general, your life in general, and able to know which decisions you need to make financially moving forwards for yourself, that give you financial security, that give you financial control over your life, that allow you to live in a way that you feel is good for you, and that allows you to express yourself authentically. Stepping into the week, your theme for the week is the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles as your theme basically means that you're going to be building something here this week. You're going to either be rebuilding or building something. And what this building is a sanctuary for yourself. So this is something that is going to give you refuge. And so this is, again, I feel very strongly, this is not just a career reading. It's starting off as a career reading, but it's very much so a general reading for your life in general. And the sanctuary that you're rebuilding or building for the first time is what I like to say, actually, rather than rebuilding, because you've never built it like this before, or you've never been aware that you've been building a sanctuary for yourself within the spiritual. Is something that you're building so that you can gain understanding of where you're moving next within life. And this is also this being built is tying back into this vision of me seeing you having this Kundalini awakening. It's like this temple has been created within you, and the Kundalini awakening is also really connected to spiritual awakening. Spiritual awakening is also associated, well, in this situation, as a temple being built. So you can look at it like that. So this is something that you will be working on moving forwards in regards to your purpose. also is what's showing up here, is that you're working towards something, building something within your physical life, not just in the spiritual. This is a spiritual and physical building that is happening here during this week, where you're building towards your purpose, building towards a solid foundation that you can exist from, that doesn't look like anything that you've built before or that you've gone through before. And so you might be starting something where you collaborate with people, or where you work in a team with people, but this is something that you're stepping into is going to be a new industry for you. Again, this is not for the people that are the Pisces that are doing the music thing, the creating a new genre. This is for a different group. So you're building something here from the ground up. But I'm getting that you should stay for the rest of the message, because there's going to be some things in here for you. I haven't really looked at the cards yet to say what the messages are, but there's going to be something in here for you, because you are currently building this sanctuary for yourself. This temple, once it's built, is going to be sustainable. It's going to be self-sustaining. And so you're building, again, this is the Pisces that are doing the music thing, creating a new genre. You're building something within your life as well, this new genre. So again, for both groups, they're converging into one. So you're both creating something here within the physical, in a new industry that you've never entered before. And this is something where you have a service or a product, where you work with people, or you collaborate with them, or you work with them in a team, or you collaborate with them in some kind of way. Stepping into the week between Monday and Wednesday, we have the Chariot. So the Chariot between Monday and Wednesday means you're moving very forward very fast. And the Chariot here is, moves in balance with, with these two sphinxes need to move in balance with one another. And the Fool recognizes this as he jumps on the Chariot. He recognizes that these two sphinxes, they need to be in balance. There's a duality here that he's learned actually from the Hierophant. He's learned this duality from the Hierophant, about life and death and stuff like this, and cause and effect, and just many things like light and dark. And he's learned these things from the Hierophant. The Hierophant has taught him these things about there needs to be a balance between the duality. And this is what the Hierophant represents also, is this like learning the foundation, so that when the Fool goes off on his journey, he's able to go through his journey without much hiccups. And so you understand this, and so you understand already how to move this Chariot. So between Monday and Wednesday, you're finding some kind of vehicle to help move you forwards in life. Some sort of vehicle you're going to find in the journey of the Fool. He finds the Chariot on the side of the road, and it's a regal chariot. It's plush. It's brand new. There's nothing wrong with it. And he finds this armor as well, also on the Chariot, and the armor represents the future and what is possible. And so up here we have this canopy of stars, which represents his connection to the spiritual realm. And so you're finding this sort of Chariot here that's going to really help you move forwards in your life here at this time. And this has been clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. So you're actively stepping in a new cycle. So whatever this vehicle is, there's something happening here within your life. And this vehicle is not a literal vehicle. This is something that could be energetic, it could be physical, mental, it could be spiritual. Something's happening within your life here that you're getting upon this Chariot here within your life that's moving you forwards very quickly. And this Chariot is being clarified obviously by the Wheel of Fortune. So it's like the seal is coming off of you. And this is your Kundalini awakening happening here. I'm seeing that pit again in the depths of this card. This is this Kundalini awakening happening here, but you can't see it, but it's red and blue lights happening around, or going around this Wheel of Fortune. And I'm seeing this as the Kundalini awakening that you're going through is going to happen here between Monday and Wednesday. And this is what's going to be this vehicle for you, that's going to move you forwards, that's going to give you healing. And it's quite interesting because we do have the sort of sign here of like a rising. It's similar to the Kundalini sign, where it's like the snake's rising, and it kind of looks like a snake rising to a point where you gain these wings, is what I'm seeing. So you're having this sort of situation that's gonna be Kundalini awakening, but it's gonna awaken your heart, which is gonna be a very fundamental thing here. It's gonna awaken your heart, and the way the Chariot moves is through the heart. the chariot moves through willpower, and the willpower is connected to the heart. So the stronger your heart is, the stronger your willpower is, and the more quicker you can move forwards. And so the Wheel of Fortune here being clarified by the chariot here being clarified by the Wheel of Fortune basically means that you're stepping in line with your destiny. You're stepping towards more or less being very close to your destiny, is what I like to say. As well as, you see, when we move towards our destiny, we don't get there straight away. We have to go through a procedure where we get closer and closer. And I feel very strongly here, it's like you're coming very close here because of this Kundalini. This is a very powerful activation that's happening for you here between Monday and Wednesday. That's going to really open up your crown chakra. Is what I'm seeing. This is what's being unlocked, your crown chakra. Like, all of them are being unlocked, but the crown is being unlocked so that you can gain full clarity about where you're going, and you know, really stepping into your destiny. It's good karma. This is your good karma that's coming in for you here. And you're going to feel like your luck is changing after this experience. It's going to be a very surreal experience that you're going to be going through. It's just going to hit you out the blue. Again, you're just listening to music and boom, it could be a riff, it could be just from a random song, and then the riff comes on and you hear it, the guitar riff, and that's what triggers it. And these two are being clarified by the universe. So you have the Wheel of Fortune as well as the universe, which is a big completion of a cycle. You actively stepping into a new cycle, and it being completed. So it's like very quickly, and this cycle is a cycle of spiritual enlightenment that's happening here. Again, I'm not seeing the Wheel of Fortune as the new cycle. I'm seeing it as the seal coming off of you, of like your Kundalini awakening. It's like you're awakening spiritually here, and the universe clarifying this means that this cycle is officially complete, that you're currently being in. This is an accomplishment for you, and you're going to be integrating your own energy within yourself, and this is being clarified by the justice. So this means this is the universe passing its universal laws on you, saying you're ready for this activation, and you're going to be seeing a lot of feathers around this time as a confirmation that this is happening for you. But the universe is passing its universal laws on you from a place of truth, from a place of fairness, and so you're being moved into a cycle now. So the cycle you are currently in, actually, the cycle you were in was a cycle where things didn't make sense, where things were not going in a way where you wanted to. You were learning how to be a magician, basically. This is what this last cycle was. You learning how to be a magician. This last cycle was all about you learning how to step into divine masculine energy, is basically what the magician is. And divine masculine energy is all about you using your power to follow creative impulses, to take inspired action towards your manifestations, which allows the manifestations to come in, which is what you've been learning. And so now you've gotten to this point where you've graduated, and the universe is now shifting you into this energy of not just learning how to draw stuff to you, but you're shifting into a cycle of material gain, a cycle where you're gonna be gaining money, a lot of money. Is what I like to say, where you can enjoy luxury, where you can enjoy the pleasures of life, where you can enjoy abundance, where you can experience great independence. And so this is what you're moving into here. This new cycle is what you're being ushered into after this Kundalini awakening. So between Wednesday and Friday, we have the Queen of Cups here. So you're finding a lot of caring and compassion for yourself, loving feelings, kindness. And this is being clarified by the Page of Swords. So this is coming as a result of you embracing who you truly are, embracing your truth. The Page of Swords, he's the heir to the crown. He's a prince, and he doesn't want to be the heir to the crown and the prince. So his whole life is, played along, and he's been in this moniker of being the heir to the crown, and he didn't want to ever be this type of person. And so he gets pushed by love to do this, because his lover becomes captured by the king's men, because she's a peasant and she's in love with the prince, and the king's counselor can't stand it, so he arrests her in the middle of the night. So in order to free her, he has to denounce himself, and so he goes in front of everyone and he denounces himself and says, I don't want to be the heir to the throne, and I've never wanted to be. Like, he speaks his truth, and from a place of his truth, that's where he sets himself free. from his bonds, basically. What is not his bonds, but like what's trapping him, what's keeping him in chains. And so he frees himself by embracing who he truly is and letting everybody know who he truly is. And this is where this caring and compassion is coming in from, because you appreciate who you truly are from an emotional standpoint, and you're showing yourself a lot of loving feelings and kindness because you are embodying your truth day in, day out, and you're not being somebody that is being untrue, or being someone that is fake or pretending to be someone they're not. You're fully embracing who you are, whether it comes with victories, whether it comes with losses. But you understand that the more you do this, the more you embrace who you truly are, the more fulfillment you'll find from life, the more happy your life will be, rather than you having a persona or whatever that's not actually you. You understand that comes with a lot of drama, that comes with a lot of problems. And so because of this, your mind has become very clear, and your ideas are becoming even clearer about how you want to do, how you want to live, and what you want to do and what you don't want to do, as well as your communication is becoming even more sharp, and you're very good at communicating. Your communication is improved here. It was improving here between Wednesday and Friday, as well as your self-expression. Like, you're able to express yourself more easily and openly and easily. I said easily twice, but more easily, so definitely easily. And you're showing yourself a lot of caring and compassion as a result, because you feel more connected to yourself than you ever have. And this is coming after this Kundalini awakening, of you going through this awakening and recognizing a lot of things about yourself, about who you need to be and what you need to do next. And this has been clarified by the page of one. So it's like you're gaining a lot of optimism, you're having all of these bright ideas. You're not afraid of tapping into spirituality moving forward. You're not going to be afraid to go down spiritual pursuits, and you're have a lot of gaining a lot of energy as a result of this Kundalini awakening, and feeling very optimistic about what's to come for you, and feeling like an enthusiastic youngster is what I like to say. Like, you feel very enthusiastic about what's next for you in your life. So it's like you're being reborn. So we've got 2 pages here, which is very young energy. So you're feeling very young, however old you are, but this Kundalini awakening is going to make you feel very, very young. So stepping into Friday to Sunday, we have the Ace of Wands. So as you're stepping into this new beginning, new opportunities and ideas are coming in for you, growth is coming in for you, new inspiration is coming for you, creativity in general. Like, you're finding creative solutions to your life, creative ways of expressing yourself, however that is. And this is going to be connected to your purpose. You're finding what this is that you're trying to do here as your purpose between Friday and Sunday. What you want, what you're going to be building on, this is what you're building between Friday and Sunday. So this Ace of Wands coming in for you from the universe, and it's like coming in very quickly. It's going to come in here between Friday and Sunday. It's going to be like very quick. You're going to gain understanding of like what you need to do next, and you're going to start building towards it in this time period. And this has been clarified by the King of Swords. So it's like you're being piggybacked by the universe here. You can't see it, but the card is pretty much golden. So you're in a very abundant time here. And he's got a sword up, like almost pointing onwards. So it's like you're piggybacking off the universe, like enjoying the journey you're on, and enjoying your life as an adventure, and moving forwards, like, almost in a way where you feel very graceful, that things are working out in your best favor. And it's interesting because his wings are blue, and it's kind of like I'm seeing it the same color as over here. It's not the same color, but I'm seeing it as the same color as what I was seeing in the vision of you. So you're gaining these kind of wings after this Kundalini awakening that you're having between Monday and Wednesday. And the reason you're having these things come in for you is because you've mastered yourself. You're in a place of your own truth. You're taking authority and leadership of your life moving forwards, and just in general, like, because you've mastered yourself. And so this is why these new things are coming in for you here. So it's very interesting, very, very interesting reading, actually. A lot of stuff happening here for you this week. Let's see what your challenge is here for the week. The challenge is something that is trying to block you or stop you from elevating your life. It wants to keep you stuck in your current reality, and it doesn't want you to evolve, basically. And so the challenge can show up in one way or another, whether physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. But once it does show up, it's very important that you don't give it any energy, you ignore it, and that's how you kill it off. Because if someone's trying to hurt you, you're not going to try talking to them, are you? You know, not giving an opportunity to hurt you. So your challenge is love, like coming to a place within yourself where you feel harmonious, where you feel balanced because of love. Like you might be lacking love for yourself because you're like really confused about what your purpose is meant to be. Like you're not letting things unfold, you're like trying to force the situation to happen, and as a result you're like what is my purpose? Like you're falling out of love because even you maybe even gained this, maybe even coming after you gain enlightenment about what your purpose is. You might be trying to put yourself in a position where like you're like, oh, I don't want to do that, you know, I don't really want to do that, I want to change my situation. But your challenge here is love. It stems from love, like love for yourself, and this is really you know, making you disharmonious within yourself, and it's making you step out of feeling. It's going to make you feel very unbalanced because you're in conflict with yourself, and you being in conflict with yourself is not going to allow you to step into your purpose here during this week. It's going to take you away from it, and it's going to bring you a lot of conflict where there should be peace. And it's like you're blocking your heart is what I'm seeing, allowing this illusion that you know that that you don't love yourself, that you know that you've run out of love. I feel like it's something like you've run out of love. This is the illusion that's coming up here, trying to block you from moving forward, and you need to know actually that you're on the right path. You're going to where the sun is rising for you, but this is just an illusion here. And the way you can break free of this illusion is by connecting to your intuition. By you connecting to your intuition and making decisions from your intuition and your heart. Don't block your heart, make decisions from your heart. If you need to make a decision from your heart, ask your heart a question. Heart, should I do this? If your heart feels heavy, it means no. If it feels light, it means yes. Don't let your brain answer, because sometimes you ask your heart a question, your brain would straight away try to answer, and it will influence your heart to answer in that same way. So, and the reason why you don't want to use your brain is because their brain is, and those five senses are connected to the matrix. They can be meddled with. The heart cannot be touched. So, in order for you to successfully traverse through what you're going through, you need to connect to your intuition and connect to your heart. And that's going to illuminate, it's going to destroy these sort of illusions of you not being in a position where you've run out of love. Like you're going to realize that, you know, I have plenty of love, I do love myself, and this is actually a lack of love for yourself is what's blocking you from your purpose here, blocking you from stepping into your purpose, because again it ties into this need for financial control that you need at this time, but you're going for a different but you're going for a different type of energy where sure, you're in the right direction of like you're going to be earning finances soon, but it's like you're going through the stages of building the correct foundation. Sometimes when we're building something in the darkness, you know, we're trying to, everyone I guess, we're trying to build a castle in the darkness. When you're building in the darkness, you can't see where you're building. Sometimes you end up building a tower. So this is why it's very important that you get the foundation right, so you don't end up building a tower and spending all that time and energy and years on building something that's not true. So this is what's happening here. This is your challenge. It's a lack of love for yourself is causing a lot of problems within your energy. It's causing you to be scared to move forwards, being scared to embrace yourself fully, because it's like you want to chain up. It's like you want to chain up this sort of primal side of you. Not primal is a bad word. You want to chain up this untamed side of yourself. That's what you feel like doing, because there's a lack of love. Like you feel like you don't love yourself enough, so you need to bring yourself under control. And so you want to sort of chain up this untamed, this more wild side of yourself. But this is the challenge here for you, that you need to step away from trying to change this wild side of yourself. So let's see what your outcome here is, given all of this energy. So you are going to continue you are going to continue to see life as an adventure, and be courageous to keep moving forward. You're going to see life as an adventure that you can confidently pursue and confidently step into, be passionate towards. Like, you're going to see your life as an adventure and be confident about having that adventure, being passionate and taking inspired action towards what you want to see happen in your life. And this is, of course, in regards to this sort of mastery of your financial situation, where you're working on your skills here, where you're gonna feel very determined here by the end of this week. The Eight of Pentacles here, they're able to manifest for these pentacles, but they all come out in different shapes and sizes. But the money starts to grow magically. This is what's happening here for you as you step into your purpose. Money's going to start growing for you magically in all ways, as you continue being true to yourself and continuing living in your truth. Again, I'm seeing a lot of green, so you really need to connect to your heart here and let that lead the way for you. You need to know that you're very protected from harm, from physical harm in the spiritual. There's an aura of protection around you. You don't see it, but there's a golden aura of protection around you that's reflecting everything that is sent your way in the spiritual. And you're very much protected here by a very fierce God is what I'm seeing. And so you're stepping into a way of mastery where you're gonna see a lot of increase within your finances, like I was saying, magically. You will be still feeling this sort of heartbreak energy, this sorrow that you're feeling as you're going through this transition, but if it's more of a growing pain that you're experiencing here, the advice here is to connect to your intuition, connect to your divine feminine energy. And divine feminine energy is all about knowing that you have all the answers that you seek within you, and trusting those answers, and that you're going on the right way. Things are going to work out for you, but you're going to be feeling these growing pains, but you will be making a lot of discoveries here by the end of this week that are going to allow you to be more confident in making decisions for your future. Ending of pain that you're going through within your life, of things being a certain way. You're going for harmonious change. You're manifesting very strongly opportunities for yourself here out of nothing. That's going to allow you to be balanced and harmonious within your life. The Two of Pentacles, he manifests one pentacle out of thin air, and the pentacle in itself represents an opportunity that's very abundant. That's a manifestation, quite literally. So you're manifesting things for yourself here, and you're going to be receiving by the end of this week. So that's your outcome here. You're going to be receiving nurturing energy. You're going to be receiving open to receiving blessings from the spiritual realm, not trying to chase or force things to happen, but allowing things to unfold rather than chasing things. You're just going into the unknown, and you're going into a way of being where you're evolving. You can't see it yet because you haven't gone through the week, but you're going to be going and evolving during this week into much heightened intuition, much heightened spirituality by the end of this week, where you're going to be able to receive a lot more downloads and a lot more information and just things in general that you need to be doing with your life. So I'm going to leave your reading here. If you did like the reading, leave me a like, comment, subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, my website is down in the description. Other than that, have a fantastic week, and I shall see you soon.